to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. The Street 919FM.com. The official station that defends the nation. News from the street, 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, fallen trees, flash flooding renders several roads across the country impassable due to an intertropical convergence zone. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says he cannot confirm whether there will be a carnival in 2022. News outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Tropical Storm Grace, forecast to become a hurricane later today, hampers rescue efforts in earthquake-struck Haiti. And now the news in detail. Flash flooding and localized ponding have hit parts of Trinidad and Tobago following heavy showers and gusty winds due to an active intertropical convergence zone. According to the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government Disaster Management Units, street flooding along the Chaguanas Main Road has been reported. There is a fallen tree in the vicinity of the Forestry Division brickfield, which has rendered the roadway impassable. The tree is currently being cleared. Penal Rock Road is currently impassable at this time. An alternative route is via Goodman Trace. There is also reported street flooding along Clark Road, SS Erin Road in the vicinity of the Daybay gas station and Powan Wholesale Lal Bihari Trace, Papuri Road in the vicinity of the Barrackpore police station. People are urged to always stay alert and informed, avoid entering flood waters, contact your municipal corporation for sandbags if necessary, unplug electrical appliances, and turn off your main switch if you live in a flood-prone area. In other news, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says he cannot confirm whether there will be a carnival in 2022. He says the Delta variant has changed the dynamic in the world and adds that herd immunity levels would also be a factor in whether there would be a carnival next year or not. At this time, the Prime Minister says there is no guarantee that the greatest show on earth will take place.
We want to continue to go to church. We want to go on the beach. And I'm sure half of you young people, you were looking forward and asking me whether there's going to be a carnival next year. Great. I would love to tell you, yes, there'll be a carnival next year. But what if Delta and the carnival come together? What's going to happen? And what if half of the population is not vaccinated because somebody tell you it's not a good vaccine?
In other news, the new Desperados Pan Theatre will be the mecca for steel bands when completed, this according to Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley. He was speaking at the sod turning for the $14 million facility on Nelson Street in Port Spain. Dr. Rowley said he hopes this investment will help with the country's diversification, as according to him, there is no secret that Trinidad and Tobago has tried and failed in that area. He also made mention of the failed opportunity that the Sandals Resort would have brought.
We did try. But a significant component of failure has attended our attempts, largely because of our behavior and our downright foolishness.
Dr. Rowley said he expects this new Pan Theatre to expose TNT to significant financial contributions towards economic development. He urges Desperado Steel Orchestra to take advantage of this opportunity.
Right here, you will claim it. because the world will know if you want the real steel band, if you want to hear the real talent in the real land of the steel band, you have to come to this Pan Theatre right here in Port of Spain.
The Prime Minister hopes that when this facility is completed in the first quarter of 2022, the private sector will get involved to make that part of Port of Spain an entertainment district. News outside of Trinidad and Tobago now. Tropical Storm Grace is forecast to become a hurricane later today. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, outer bands with heavy rainfall and gusty winds are beginning to spread across the Cayman Islands. Grace is also hampering rescue efforts in earthquake-struck Haiti. We have this report.
Doctors in Haiti battled to save the lives of hundreds of people, both young and old, in makeshift hospital tents on Monday. 3 days after a major earthquake, the death toll has topped over 1,400, and health officials say that number is likely to rise. One local resident described the chaos following Saturday's 7.2 magnitude earthquake.
This hotel, Le Manguier, there were 13 people living in this hotel. And then that happened at about 8 in the morning. And then there were some dead people and there were some living people. And then until now, they are looking for some people on the ground, but they can't find them. They are still looking for them.
The earthquake brought down tens of thousands of buildings, including churches, hotels, schools, and over 37,000 homes. Rescue teams scrambled to dig out survivors ahead of Tropical Storm Grace, hovering over the island's southern coast. Local residents confirmed heavy rain has already caused flooding near the worst-hit areas, exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. The U.S. National Hurricane Center forecast Grace would douse the quake zone with up to 15 inches of rain through Tuesday. Meanwhile, the United Nations has called for a humanitarian corridor to pass aid through gang-held territories. Colombia and the U.S. dispatched search and rescue teams, along with vital supplies, while Mexico promised to support Haiti in its recovery.
And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines: fallen trees, flash flooding renders several roads across the country impassable due to an intertropical convergence zone. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says he cannot confirm whether there will be a carnival in 2022. And news outside of Trinidad and Tobago: Tropical Storm Grace, forecast to become a hurricane later today, hampers rescue efforts in earthquake-struck Haiti. Stay tuned to the Street 919 FM. The 5 minutes Playway segment has returned and will run at 12:15. I am Vanessa Thomas. To enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe.